there were, from a Christian girl perspective, okay? Like, Munlik you know what I mean? Munlik Munlakai. The show isn't given. I feel like if we keep watching this show, we're all gonna wake up with trust issues. We're all gonna wake up with, like, I don't know, we're gonna think everybody cheating on us at all times, anytime. Hey guys, welcome back to She Speaks Unfiltered, and today we're going to be talking about The Perfect Match Season 2. There was a whole lot of nothing happening all season and a whole lot of everything happening everywhere. So let's get straight into it. From a Christian girl perspective, okay? Like, Munlik you know what I mean? Munlik Munlakai. The show isn't given. I feel like if we keep watching this show, we're all gonna wake up with trust issues. We're all gonna wake up with, like, I don't know, we're gonna think everybody cheating on us at all times, anytime. Because everyone comes into the show, and I know they're on, like, a villa, so they are meant to be, like, you know, half naked and nudity and, like, modesty really, like, not existing. Fine. That's another thing, because if you're on the beach, cool. But, like, then a lot of the girls and a lot of the guys, like, their whole goal is, like, they're pushing sex, they're pushing cheating, they're pushing, like, not being loyal. And one of the first people that I just felt like took it way over the top was actually Christine. Christine is a beautiful young woman. She's a beautiful girl. But Christine comes into the show, and when they go on that retreat with none of the girls there, she is pushing it. What's his name? Analaara's man. She was pushing it on Analaara's man. Like, that man kept saying, I'm taken. Kaz. He was like, I'm taken. Like, I'm not interested in, like, falling for you. I'm not interested in doing it. And she's like, oh, do you want to kiss? Like, they want us to kiss. She's like leaning in, and he's like, she's like, so, like, that man had no space to breathe. But he didn't fall, though. He didn't fall for it. And then at the end of the show, at the reunion, her, Polly, everybody want to come for this man talking about, you're the devil, you should be with the devil himself, you're this, you're that. And I feel like it was simply because he didn't entertain them. He did, during the game, kiss Polly when he was chosen to kiss somebody. And Christine was upset because she thought he was going to kiss him because she had been trying all night. Or he was going to kiss her because she had been trying for a really long time. But he didn't choose her, and that upset her. I understand why Kaz got to that point where he did that, because everywhere Micah was turned around, like, she was telling another guy how Kaz ain't shit, and Kaz can't do it for her, and Kaz is in everybody's face, and her and Kaz are always bickering. And then he's hearing about it from everybody else when he's like, when I'm with you, we kissing and we boot up. So, like, what is this imaginary issue that you're going to everybody else but me about? And so I think he just kind of broke and fell into bad habits of, like, wilding out and making himself feel better about himself in the villa, because everyone has this, like, devil horn image of him because of his own girl. That's wild to me. Like, why you even match up with him if you kind of hate the guy? You acting like an op, Micah. You going around telling everybody he cheated on, not cheated, but he's in everybody's face, and I don't trust him, and I don't this, I don't that, like. And then when Brighton want to be like, oh yeah, don't tell him I told you this, but Brighton, now you know you made that up, because ain't no way. Brighton was in there to just cause a mess, cause a big old mess, and I did not like that man. He was like like, somebody needed to get him out immediately. The next thing I wanted to talk about was Tolu, or everyone keeps calling Tolu. Tolu. It's Tolu. She made a whole TikTok video about it. Tolu is very beautiful. I understand she might not be everyone's type. she might not be the beauty standard because of the color of her skin, but Tolu is very beautiful. The way she lays down her base, her energy, her inner beauty. One thing about Tolu is she will not tell you a lie. And I think Tolu was really on there to find her perfect match, which actually makes me really sad because although the name of that show is Perfect Match, I don't think it had to do anything with a perfect match. If you look after, I don't think any of them are together. I don't think any of them are together. So it's like, was it really a perfect match or was it screen time? I don't know. But I think Tolu really wanted to like find a guy who can like love her and like appreciate her. And this show did exactly the opposite. Because why did they send Tolu on a date with Dom? And I feel like Tolu felt like, oh, like she likes Dom. She likes Dom's energy. She likes all that. But everybody and their mama know from other shows in the Netflix universe, Dom don't do black woman. Dom don't do black women. It could have been the finest black woman on this planet, and Dom wouldn't do it. Because that's just not Dom's thing. And so it was really hard for me to watch Dom like beat around the bush and not tell Tolu that he's not interested. Like from the moment he like walked up to her, the vibes that I read off of him was like, I'm just trying to have like a good time here on this date, like on this one-on-one, make it a great time. But he's not really, he kind of just needed a vehicle to get into the villa, and Tolu was a nice BMW that he sat in to get there. And so, I don't know, like Dom wasn't interested in her, and he didn't want to say that directly, and that kind of led to Tolu feeling like blindsided, which I don't blame her for feeling blindsided because everybody else in this villa knew Dom ain't want her but her. Like, are you kidding me, Dom? So there's that. And then Tolu gets with Chris. And to be honest with you, I am one of the people who feel like Chris matched up with Tolu just to stay in the villa. I do. And at one point, they did start to convince me that Chris actually like liked her because they had like that physical touch. They were spending time together based on like what the camera was showing, based on what we could see. Like they were kissing, like they had a lot going on. They were bonding in the personal room together, like. So I started to believe that, you know what, maybe he do like her. But the moment Chris was given an opportunity to meet another woman, he's basically saying like he's trapped with Tolu in that he didn't get to experience the experiment. Chris, you didn't get to experiment the experiment because no one picked you. That's what happened. They sent you on a date with Alara. I'm pretty sure it was. And Alara felt like, I got a good man back at home. I'm not falling to this little Prince Charming. And then after that, no one really was like picking you. And so, on a serious level at least. And so that's the reason why if you didn't experience it, you didn't experience it. But when you matched up with Tolu, you're experiencing the whole experience. So what do you mean? It felt like if anyone would take him, he would have left Tolu at any moment. That's what I felt like it was. And that's exactly what he did when they got out of the show. So I do feel like Chris didn't care about Tolu. And that upsets me because that just like reiterated like so much hurt and pain and so many black women everywhere. And I remember like the saddest part watching Tolu on the show was when Melinda comes in and her self-esteem, Tolu's self-esteem literally just drops to the floor. That should never be the case for anyone. No one should ever feel like that. But Tolu felt that way because Tolu was like, she got hair and everything. So I can tell that Tolu choosing not to grow her hair, and let me reiterate, Tolu choosing not to grow her hair is definitely a bold statement. And I reiterate that because a lot of people have the misconception that black women can't grow our hair. I don't know where that came from. When hair's on head, it grows. Okay? No matter the color of the skin. That was the piece of science for you. Tolu chose to go bald. Tolu's a bald woman by choice, and it's beautiful on her. With hair, without hair, she's a beautiful woman. But when she saw Melinda walk in, she knew that a lot of people view her baldness or keeping her hair short, really short, as a weakness. She knew that, and she felt that because she felt like she was in danger. Now, Melinda. Everybody thought Melinda was lying about the kiss between her and what's that big baby's name? Everybody thought she was lying between her and Harry. When she kissed Harry, everybody thought she was lying about it. I knew they kissed. The way, like, Harry comes in talking about, I'm looking to date to marry. A man who's looking to date to marry does not entertain every woman that comes up to him. Because you're looking to marry, and you should know what you're looking to marry. You're not looking to marry any woman. You're looking to marry a certain kind of person. So when a woman approaches you, and she's not that certain kind of person, you're supposed to be like, eh. And according to you, you found that certain type of person, and she's back at home. So no one here should have your attention. But you're out here carrying girls and, playing, and you're talking about, if that was me, I could have been married with 2 kids, I would have folded. When talking about Christine and Kaz. Christine trying to get Kaz. Even in the presence of other men, exuding loyalty, exuding what it means to actually be serious, you still can't be serious. Harry. And I feel bad because I feel like Harry did want to be good, but like, he don't know. He don't have the resources. Somebody needs to teach this man the things that he's saying, what it means. Because I think he's just like saying things to say things. And it's a little annoying. It's a little annoying, Harry. So, whatever. He takes Melinda to the corner. He kisses her. He talks about getting her pregnant. He talks about so many things that, if I was his girl, you know what I mean? My heart would have been broken. I can't even. If I was Jessica, my heart would have been broke. And her heart was, and I think she stood on business when she left him. I don't agree with how she came for Melinda at the table, because I feel like they were sitting at that table and they literally said, spill the tea. What happened? Fill us in. And then Melinda fills you in, and you're talking about this is where you had to do it. You had to do it right here. Do you feel big? Like, did you want to embarrass me? I can understand feeling embarrassed. I can understand that from a situation like that. Like, your man is out there making you look like a fool. Anybody would feel embarrassed because you invested into him. But to blame Melinda for that, when you just asked Melinda to tell you what happened, y'all asked everybody at this table to spill the tea from what happened at the guy's villa. And the moment she did, we all turned on her. And I couldn't believe the other people who were there who knew for a fact that kiss happened and didn't say anything. I don't know if that was edited out. I don't know what happened, or if that was a part of the contract that we don't speak about this kiss because we want to release the footage later. I don't know if that's what that was about, but that was so weird that so many people, there were men and women sitting at that table and in that villa who knew that kiss happened, and they did not say a single thing. Weird. I don't know. That was weird to me. I didn't like how Melinda was like encouraging the kiss. Honestly, I feel like that gave Melinda a bad look. And I feel like Melinda has changed a little bit over her time in the Netflix universe. I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but Melinda has changed in her time in the Netflix universe. And I didn't like the character that she was taking on. Like, oh, do you want to kiss me, Harry? Like, do you want this, do you want that? When they knew who had who. But maybe that's what they were told to do. Come on the show and see if the men would fold. Either way, I think any woman who's encouraging a man to cheat, who's encouraging a man to behave out of any character other than a godly man, is not a woman who deserves a godly or a good man. Because there's no way you're looking for a man to be good to you when you're encouraging a man to be bad to another woman. So that's just where I fall with that. At the end of the day, this show was mess. But I do think that there are takeaways to take from this show, right? So although the name of the show, like I said earlier, is Perfect Match, I don't think the show had anything to do with people finding perfect matches. They all matched up for a time being, and then once the show is over, they break up over real life stuff. You can't emulate the ideal relationship and then take people out of that and expect it to stand. They were spoiled. So what did you think was going to happen? They don't know what it feels like to stand strong and the hardships of relationships. So the first hardship that comes by, it's done. These aren't meant to be long-term relationships. This show definitely proliferated drama. It proliferated sex. It proliferated heartache. It discouraged, I feel like, unity, monogamous relationships, and like just being joyful in a relationship. A relationship is supposed to add to your joy. It's not supposed to be like looking over your shoulder if your man is cheating every second. I feel like so many young people are watching this and they're thinking that this is what the dating scene is like. This is the normal. And the fact of the matter is, if these are the people that you're going for the wrong people. If you keep finding yourself in situations where you're having to look over your shoulder and test your man and make sure he's not trying to make the wrong decisions, then that's not your man. And that's not to blame the woman or the man in that situation. But that's not your girl. You know, it was both ways. There were women and men acting a fool on this show. There's no way you guys are so serious about, oh, I'm here to find my perfect match. Because most of you were here to play around. Like, oh my God, what was her name? What was her name? Like when Elise, she was in a comfortable relationship. She left that relationship. Not just comfortable. I think she was with a great man, the way he was portrayed with that short time being. She was with a great man and she left him because she really just wanted to go try out another guy. I think we've tainted the definition of dating, courting, and all of that. Like, we've tried out so many flavors that our palate is just like, our palate don't even know where to begin and where to end. I also think I learned from watching this show that, like, the idea of the perfect one doesn't exist. You're going to run into someone that checks off most of your boxes, but not all. And then you're going to leave that person looking for that 20%, and then that person will check off another set of boxes, but not all. And you're going to be in a circle looking for where the grass is greener on the other side. And the point is, you got to make the grass greener. You got to water your own grass. Sorry. No one's gonna do it for you. For one, like, you gotta water your own grass. Once you meet somebody with similar values and similar interests, it is up to you to put in the work. And I think we can see that a lot of these relationships didn't work because of that, because we were so stuck up on checking the box. Like, okay, am I physically attracted? And I'm not saying these are bad things to look for, but like, Elise, we go back to Elise. She found a man that works for her, and then she was just like, yeah, it's not working because somebody else here is hotter. There will always be a hotter, younger, better person, a stronger man, a skinnier girl, a brighter looking woman. There's always going to be something that fits the beauty standards, that fits your standards more than the person you're with. But it's like, that shouldn't be the main thing you're looking for. So ultimately, it just comes down to, okay, once you've picked someone, you choose to stay and you commit and you put in the work. If you're having trouble choosing to stay, you got to look within yourself what's going on. Or look at the nature of your relationship, like what's going on. There's something wrong, either way, either with you, with them, or with the context of the relationship itself. So, perfect match. Is there such thing as a perfect match? According to this cast, and that is my hot take on the perfect match. As a Christian girly, we need to remember that that is not what love looks like. That is reality TV. That is what we're doing to feed into people's need for trauma and gossip and all the things that maybe we feel like we don't have the courage to do in real life, or no, we shouldn't be doing. That's what that show is for us to see those things. It's feeding all the negative parts of our flesh. You know what I mean? That's what that show's doing. That show is not showing you what it means to love somebody, because it's not the expensive dates. It's not any of that. It's not any of that. But you got to make your perfect match. You got to choose someone who's not so perfect. You got to choose somebody who's imperfect. And then you got to make them your perfect match. And that's just that on that. Anyways, that was my hot take on the perfect match as a Christian girly. I hope to do more of these. If you guys like them, let me know. Let me know your opinions. If there's things that I missed talking about, I don't mind going back and talking a little bit more about it. I kind of brushed over like the whole overall the show and didn't really sit on one topic. But yeah, let me know. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed, stay patient, stay pretty, stay calm.